Tucked away in eastern Kenya, Kenyan National Park is a vast natural reserve known for its stunning biodiversity and untamed beauty. Spanning thousands of hectares, the park is home to over 600 species of birds and nearly 100 species of mammals, making it one of the richest ecosystems in the region. Visitors come from around the world to witness its iconic wildlife, including grassland lions, bush elephants, baboons, and the elusive black leopard. As one of Kenya's top ecotourism destinations, Kijani offers more than just scenic views. It's a front line in the fight to protect Africa's wildlife. The park's dedicated rangers play a critical role, often risking their lives to guard endangered animals from poachers. Their bravery and commitment keep Kijani's delicate balance intact, ensuring future generations can experience the wild as it was meant to be. In this unforgiving landscape, every day brings new challenges and new stories of survival and sacrifice. Amina Njeri is a dedicated park ranger living in the staff quarters near the Majimoto Visitor Station inside Kijani National Park. Known for her calm focus and steady resolve, Amina has served in the park's ranger unit for nearly a decade. Her commitment to protecting wildlife runs deep, but her greatest devotion is to her 4-year-old daughter, Zawadi Njeri. As a single mother, Amina balanced the demands of her dangerous job with the quiet routines of motherhood. On the morning of June 7, 2022, Amina woke early as she always did. She packed her gear, checked her patrol route, and prepared for another long day in the field. Before leaving, she knelt beside Zawadi's bed, brushed a hand over her daughter's braided hair, and whispered a soft goodbye. Zawadi, still half asleep, wrapped her arms around her mother for a quick hug before drifting back into dreams. By 5:30 a.m., Amina had locked the front door behind her and set out into the still cool morning. Another day on patrol had begun, unpredictable, unforgiving, and full of risks. But for Amina, protecting the land meant protecting her daughter's future. That day, Amina spent hours deep in the forest on patrol, trekking through dense brush and listening for signs of poachers. Back at the staff quarters, little Zawadi stayed home with her caregiver, Mama Rehima, a warm, patient woman who had looked after the girl since she was a baby. The afternoon passed peacefully. Zawadi and Mama Rehima played clapping games, sang cheerful children's songs in Swahili, and shared a simple lunch of rice and vegetables. Laughter filled the small house, and everything felt safe and ordinary. As the sun dipped low and the air began to cool, Mama Rehima stepped outside to prepare dinner. She lit the fire in the outdoor kitchen and began to stir a pot of vegetable stew, assuming Zawadi was still playing with her toys inside. But the little girl, missing her mother and not wanting to be alone quietly, followed her caregiver out the door. In the rush of evening chores, Mama Rehema didn't notice. The backyard opened towards the edge of the park, where wild bushland began, just beyond a warm fence. No one saw when Zawadi slipped out of sight, drawn perhaps by curiosity or the soft sound of birds in the trees. Hidden in the tall grass near the staff quarters, a black leopard lay in wait. Stealthy and patient, it had been stalking the area for hours, drawn by the smell of cooking and the faint sounds of human activity. Leopards are ambush predators, and this one knew how to stay unseen until the moment was right. Just as little Zawadi stepped outside, her small feet barely touching the packed earth, the leopard struck. In a blur of muscle and claws, it lunged from the shadow's jaws, locking around the child's neck with deadly precision. There was no time for her to run, no chance to scream until the pain hit. A piercing cry shattered the quiet evening. Mama Rehima heard it. She dropped her spoon and sprinted toward the house, heart pounding. But it was too late. All she saw was a flash of black fur disappearing into the bush, carrying Zawadi's limp body. She screamed for help, her voice raw with panic and horror, but the forest had already swallowed them. Within seconds, silence returned, thick, unnatural, and suffocating. The horror of what had just happened hung in the air as Mama Rehema fell to her knees, trembling, calling Zawadi's name into the trees. The scream echoed through the staff quarters, jolting everyone into motion. Within minutes, word of the leopard attack spread like wildfire. Shock rippled through the small community. Some refused to believe it. Others were already running toward the forest. A child had been taken, and every second mattered. A search team was assembled immediately. Rangers, kitchen workers, and maintenance staff dropped everything and joined the effort. Armed with flashlights, radios, and rifles, they moved quickly, trying to follow the faint trail left in the dirt. Broken twigs, drops of blood, disturbed grass. The forest was darkening fast, and time was slipping away. Through the night, they pushed deeper into the bush, voices hoarse from calling Zawadi's name. Zawadi, Zawadi. It's Mama. It's Uncle Juma. Call out if you can hear us. But only the sounds of the forest answered. Crickets' leaves rustling, the occasional distant cry of an animal. No one rested. They searched by flashlight, scanned treetops, and listened for the faintest sign of life. Hope kept them going, even as fear sank deeper into their bones. No one wanted to say it out loud, but they all knew this was a race against time. At dawn, the next day, after a long and sleepless night of searching the forest, gave up its grim secret. Near the base of an ancient baobab tree, deep in the wilderness, a ranger spotted something pale against the dark soil. As the team approached, their worst fears were confirmed. What remained of little Zawadi lay scattered beneath the tree. Her small skull, stripped clean, rested among a few broken bones, silent, heartbreaking evidence of a life stolen far too soon. The leopard had done what wild predators do, dragged its prey to a secluded spot far from human reach, and vanished before sunrise. A heavy silence fell over the search team. Some stood frozen, unable to speak. Others wept quietly, the reality settling in like a weight too heavy to bear. There would be no miracle, no second chance. One of the rangers gently gathered what was left into a cloth, treating the remains with the care and respect owed to a lost child. The walk back to camp was slow and somber. No one spoke. In the heart of Kijani, under the towering baobabs, a tragedy had unfolded, and nothing would ever be the same again. The death of Amina Njeri sent shockwaves through the Kijani Ranger community and beyond. Her father, James Odhiambo, who had been separated from Amina but remained a caring presence in Zawadi's life, was devastated. Grieving and furious, he publicly demanded that the Kenya Wildlife Service (KWS) take immediate action to improve safety around staff housing. "Our children deserve better," he said in a statement. "They should not have to live in fear on the edge of the wild." The tragedy quickly made national headlines and spread internationally, sparking outrage and sorrow. Black leopards are rare, and attacks on humans are almost unheard of. For many, the incident shattered a long-held belief that wildlife and people could coexist safely in close proximity. Questions poured in. Why were families housed so close to predator territory? Were early warning systems in place? Could this have been prevented? The KWS promised a full investigation, but for many the damage had already been done. Zawadi's death became more than a personal loss, it was a warning. A painful reminder that even in places of beauty and purpose, danger can strike without notice. And when it does, the line between nature and humanity becomes heartbreakingly thin.